Now let's begin with the human male reproductive system. So human male reproductive system, it includes sex organs. Okay, it includes sex organs. Now sex organs can be primary sex organs, they can be secondary sex organs. Okay, now how you call them as primary or secondary sex organs? Primary, secondary sex organs, they are termed on where the gametes are formed directly or which are helping in the gamete formation. Now the sex organs where exactly the gametes are formed are called as primary sex organs, and the organs which are involved or which participate in the transfer of gametes or their formation are called as secondary sex organs. Apart from primary sex organs and secondary sex organ, there are certain glands also which are involved here, and we call them as accessory glands, or the glands involved, simply we call them as glands. Okay, now in case of human male reproductive system, the main or the only primary sex organ is testis. So testis represents the primary sex organ where actually the gamete formation will take place. Now secondary sex organs or the secondary ducts here in male part is represented by all the organs which are participating in its transfer. Now the parts of the male reproductive system which are participating in the transfer of gametes are the ducts. Okay, and there are several ducts. One of them is rete testis, then is vasa efferentia, then is epididymis, then is vasa efferentia. Okay, so they represents the secondary sex organs. Even you can include urethra here. Okay, now there is one more part in the sex organ, that is the external genitalia. Okay, external genitalia is also the part of reproductive system, or you can say genital organs. Done. Then glands. In case of glands, in case of males, there are three basic glands which are involved here. The glands are prostate gland. Prostate gland is single in number. It is not pair. It is just one gland. Then is seminal vesicles. Since we are saying seminal vesicles, so means they are two, they are in pair. Okay. Then is bulbourethral gland, also known as Cowper's gland. Again occurs in pair. Okay, so the human male reproductive system, it includes primary sex organ, it includes secondary sex organs, it includes external genitalia and glands. Primary sex organ are the organ where exactly the gamete formation is taking place, that is testis. Secondary sex organ includes the ducts, we also call them as accessory ducts, and here it is rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferens, vas efferentia, and urethra. Next is external genitalia, and next is glands. Glands are three: prostate gland, seminal vesicles, bulbourethral gland, or also known as Cowper's gland. Okay, now coming on the structure of human male reproductive system. If you can see this diagram, what is there? There is a pair of testis. Now testis has a tubular structure coming out. Initial tubular structure is epididymis. So initial tubular structure here is epididymis. Epididymis. Epididymis later on joins with this vas deferens. Vas deferens, it loops over. It loops over the, you can see this is urinary bladder. Okay, it loops over the urinary bladder, or you can say ureters, and it forms a wide structure. See, vas deferens was coming like this. Okay, and later on, as it reaches, it forms a wide structure like this. This is the wide structure, if you can see. The diameter of vas deferens was less here, and here it is more. So this wide structure is called as ampulla of vas deferens. Okay, it is called as ampulla of vas deferens. And aligning to it, there is another gland, that is seminal vesicle, which is reaching, and both vas deferens and seminal vesicle joins and opens into urethra. So this complete is urethra part. It opens into urethra. Now urethra, initially it is lined with prostate gland, right? Right, it is lined with this prostate gland. Then what happens? There is a pair of bulbourethral gland. Then it starts the penis part. Now initial penis, it represents the external genitalia. It is bulge, or you can say it is swollen from the tip, that is called as glans penis, covered by a skin-like structure called as foreskin, also known as pubes. Any doubts up to here? Okay, after ejaculatory duct, it opens into urethra. So this complete part is urethra. It is opening in urethra. Now urethra, it is a common passage both for urine as well as for semen. It is common pathway for urine and semen. In case of males, urethra is very long. It is measuring about 20 centimeters. But in case of females, it is very short. Okay, therefore, female urethra is very prone, or very easily prone to infections, bacterial infection or any yeast infection. But male urethra, it is not much prone to infections because it is very long. Okay, next thing is the urethra, it has, or it is divided into three parts. Now, what are the three parts? The first part of the urethra, it is covered with, or it is surrounded by prostate gland. Now, better than this, if we see this diagram, if we see this complete urinary bladder, it is opening into urethra. This complete is urethra. Now, the initial part of the urethra, it is surrounded by prostate gland. And this part is called as prostatic urethra. Okay, now prostatic urethra, it arises from the urinary bladder, and this part carries only the urine part because the ejaculatory duct is joining here. So this is the urine part, it carries the urine part. Next, second through this, if you see, there is a small gap between the prostatic urethra and next the penile urethra. This is called as the membranous urethra, and it is the smallest part of the complete urethra. So the second part is membranous urethra. It is the smallest part. It is behind the pubic symphysis. Now, what is pubic symphysis? This bone, it represents the pubic bone. Pelvis region है, right? वो तो वहां पे क्या होगा? Pelvic girdle होगा. Pelvic girdle जो सामने की तरफ है, it joins to form pubic symphysis. So it is pubic symphysis, and pubic symphysis के पीछे यहाँ पे क्या present होता है? Membranous urethra. Then the third and the longest part is the penile urethra, which is the part of penis. Now in this penile urethra, there are two sphincters which are present. Okay, penile urethra, it has two sphincters. Now what are the two sphincters of penile urethra? One is internal sphincter. One is internal sphincter. And the second is external sphincter. Obviously, if one is internal, the another one will be external. What is the function of internal sphincter? Internal sphincter, it is made up of smooth muscles. So if I ask if it is made up of smooth muscles, directly, will it be under your control or not under your control? Since it is made up of smooth muscles are involuntary muscles and they are involuntary in nature. You cannot control them, and they are present where they are present. They are present at the neck of the bladder. They are present at the neck of the bladder, just below the prostate gland. Okay, next is external sphincter. External sphincter, it is made up of striated muscles. Striated muscles are your skeletal muscles. So striated muscles, they are under your control. So these are surrounded by the striated muscle fibers, and it is present at the membranous part of urethra. It is present at the membranous part of urethra. This is present at the above of the prostatic urethra. So these are the two sphincters, internal sphincter and the external sphincter. Next is the last part, that is the penis. The penis, it represents the male external genitalia. It is also called as male copulatory organ. At the tip, it is a bit slit-like opening. It has a orifice which is called as urethral orifice, and the complete urethra is also called, it is passage for the semen, or it is also called as urethral meatus. The complete passage is also called as urethral meatus. Okay, the tip enlarged part is called as glans penis, which is covered with a skin, loose fold of skin, which is called as foreskin or prepuce. Okay, now this penis, it carries both urine as well as semen. So quickly we'll read from NCERT what is present in NCERT. First thing is we have done up to here, up to spermatogenesis. Next is in adults. In adults, each testis is of oval in shape. The length is about 4 to 5 centimeter. Width is 2 to 3 centimeter, half of the length. The testis is covered by dense coverings. What are those dense coverings? Those coverings are tunica, and we have 3 tunicas. Tunica from outer to inside, tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, and tunica vascularis. Then it is divided into compartments. How many compartments? 250 compartments, which are called as testicular lobules. Next, each lobule contains 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubule where the sperms are produced. So actually, if the site of spermatogenesis is asked to you, what is the site? That is seminiferous tubules. Each seminiferous tubule is lined on its side by 2 types of cell. One is male germ cell, that is spermatogonia, and the Sertoli cells. Male germ cells will produce the sperm, and Sertoli cells will provide nourishment. Now, if we compare this with the plants, in case of plants, what was there? There was colon mother cell or microspore mother cell, and what was the nourishment? That was tapetum. Here you can say it has a similar functions. Colon mother cell can be compared to the male germ cell, and the tapetum cells can be compared with the Sertoli cells. The male germ cells undergo meiotic division, finally leading to sperm formation, while Sertoli cells, they provide nourishment. The regions outside the seminiferous tubule is called as interstitial space and contains small blood vessels and interstitial cells called as or leading cells. These leading cells, they synthesize and secrete testicular hormones, which are called as androgens. Androgens are the male sex hormones. Other immunological competent cells are also present, means immune system cells are also present to prevent the infections. Next is male sex accessory ducts like rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, and vas deferens. Seminiferous tubules of testis open into vasa efferentia through rete testis. So after seminiferous tubule, who is coming? Rete testis and then vasa efferentia. See the language. If you just do not read the sentence, if you just go through it like in a way, what you'll feel, first it is going to semivestibule, then it is going to vasa efferentia, and then it is going to rete testis. No, you have to read NCERT lines very carefully. They have given semivestibule of testis open into vasa efferentia through rete testis. So first is semivestibule, then is vasa efferentia. Next is vasa efferentia leave the testis and open into epididymis along the posterior surface of each testis. These small words are very important when it comes to the questions like select the correct statement or incorrect statement. Next, epididymis leads to vas deferens that ascends to abdomen and loops over urinary bladder. It receives a duct from seminal vesicles and opens into urethra as ejaculatory duct. The duct store and transports the sperm from testis to outside through. The urethra, it originates from urinary bladder and extends through penis through external opening called as urethral. So this is all about the complete male reproductive part. Next, coming on penis. Penis is the external genitalia. It is made up of special tissue. Now, these special tissue is erectile tissue. Erectile tissue makes the penis. Okay, now if we take the cross section of penis, what do we see? That there are erectile tissue. There are 3 erectile tissue. It is lined with the covering. Now in the middle there are 3 erectile tissue. 2 are these. These tissues are called as corpora cavernosa. These are called as corpora cavernosa. And below is corpus spongiosum. And corpus spongiosum only has this urethral opening. Okay, penile opening. So this is corpus spongiosum. So there are 3 erectile tissue which helps in erection. What are the 3 tissues? 2 are corpora cavernosa and 1 is corpus spongiosum. Corpus spongiosum possess the penile opening and it is also richly supplied with the blood vessels. And they helps in erection of penis to facilitate insemination. The enlarged end is called as glans penis and is covered with foreskin. The glands will do in next class. Okay.